Hello everyone, this is Rosemary and I'm doing a walkthrough for my latest journal from the Garden Gumoire swap. And I have to say this is a very beautiful journal, and I think it begins with the cover. This was a rack where it was a piece of packing paper that was wrinkled. It painted it gold, some distress ink, and then a couple of shots of some pink spray. And I think it has a rather luminous feel to this journal, which I guess if I had it titled The Song of the Bee, because it's from a garden, bees are very important. And when I saw this on a seed catalog, I knew this was going to be a cover to one of my journals. As usual, my closures are the button and elastic. And I once tried to grow some tomatoes, and I never got any tomatoes, and I realized it was because of a bee shortage. And so I have a bee prayer. And here I have some cards, and the cards I used at the beginning of the signatures. I know there's been questions or comments of what to do with cards. This is what I love to do with cards. And the other thing is I use cards, and I had bought a garden book. And so I gessoed the pages, and you'll see them throughout this journal. And here it is, table of contents. And I gave it 2 coats of watered down gesso, so you can see a little bit of print, but you can write on it. And of course, my stamping. Here are some, and you will see a lot of napkin decoupage on this journal. This is why I think it's such a lovely journal. The reason I bought this garden book is all these black and white illustrations, which you will also see. This is a greeting card, and a quote here: to plant a garden is to believe in the future. And here we have a dictionary definition of plants, and it opens up. See, I use the seed catalog, and it has like a secret pocket right there. There you see the stamping, and it starts with seeds, which forms a pocket. I am going to really go through this. I know the video will be a little bit longer because of the napkin decoupage, where I like to cut the napkin apart and almost create a scene. So you have the notebook paper, which I think is kind of thin, and I used it to my advantage because this is where I stamped. The ink went through, and it basically decorated 2 pages. So those are the techniques you're going to be seeing throughout this journal. And as you can see, and then I have secret flaps. Here is a secret flap where you can write, and this is just a greeting card that I put in there for more journaling. I talked about the stamping. This is a tuck spot, and this is from the seed catalog, the order form, and then this is a napkin decoupage. And there you see the center, the end. There you see those. These are the wonderful illustrations. I put on here, see, plant list. And what I did here, this was an illustration. I just kind of added a napkin decoupage to add a little bit of texture, a little color, and they complemented each other, so you could think they kind of go together. And this is a 4-signature journal, so it is kind of lengthy. And here's, when the time is right, go to the garden, speak kindly, pray softly, prune back, and plow ahead. And again, I want to really feature this napkin decoupage. This is a Tim Holtz illustration that you can see is a tuck spot. Here is these famous pockets everyone's seen, and I think it complements the illustration. This is actually, there was one illustration I didn't like, So this is the pocket right here. Put some paper. Napkin. Created the whole scene there. There's stamping in the background. Just did that just because. This is actually a pocket back here, and it flaps open. This is the beginning of the second signature, another greeting card. This is also a greeting card. I put it in because of the bees. Side loading pocket, and there you see Martha Stewart punch and some stationery. And this was a large napkin. I like the rose, but it would kind of look a little bit stark, so I added this napkin right here, and they do complement each other, I think. And then here is it holds one of my cards there. And every flower must grow through dirt. I thought that was funny. This is a pocket, and this is leftover piece of napkin. And there you can see again this napkin that you see. And I want to point out my tag. One of the neat things I have discovered about napkins is you can create a scene. So as you look at this, this is a tag that's created of 3 different pieces of napkins. They were pretty much left over, but it does make a beautiful tag, and I just wanted to show people, and you'll see several of these. They're really very beautiful. Here's another pocket, and this is another example of the napkin decoupage. These are 2 different stamps, and it just makes a beautiful tag with just pieces of leftover napkin. Here you see my border stamp. I love to kind of add some detail. Again, another type of one. And here you see that pocket, and I think I posted this style of tags before. And down at the bottom, you know, you can put them anywhere by themselves. I cut some of the napkins in half, the designs, so that because sometimes they're a little bit too big. And here's an example of another one. This one I did a lot of trimming on it. And these 2 papers are the same kind. This one I copy stained, and you can see all the lines disappeared, and you can hear the texture. Same paper. So I guess this is a good example of what happens when you copy stain notebook paper and when you don't. Again, right there, napkin decoupage. There in the corner. This is a small little booklet. And there you see I added on to the Tim Holtz. And so this little booklet can fit into this side-loading pocket. And of course, when I want it online. And it also is a decoration. Again, Post-its. Here you see another one of the tags I created. The earth laughs in flowers, which I thought was very pretty. And what does it mean? Sorry about that. What does it mean? And I made it a top-loading kind of pocket. And again, playing with the napkins. This is what I wanted people to kind of see. Here's the pocket. This is a napkin trim. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow, almost very similar to the other one. This is also one of the tags. And these were just leftover pieces that were just kind of there. So I said, okay, I'm going to stamp and use them. Same right here with this pocket. This is a separate piece. And this was part of the napkin, so that you can use them for pockets. Here is again I think it's those stationery cards that you fold up. I cut it apart to make a large pocket. And this is really a beautiful little quote that I think you can kind of read there. To grow plants for many, I grow plants for many reasons: to please my eye, or to please my soul, to challenge the elements, or to challenge my patience, for novelty or for nostalgia, but mostly for the joy of seeing them grow. Again, you can see how they can complement a print. Talked about that. This is a side-loading pocket napkin decoration. Stamping. Little doily up there. Okay, you're seeing the napkins. This napkin here is a little tuck spot. Here's another one of the tags. Leftover pieces, but I really do like that tag very much. The illustrations. This is napkin also. The prints and the napkins. Oops, stuck there for some reason. Oh, I know why. What happened. Nothing like... Oh, this is another real... I'm glad I opened it. See the large napkin? I cut it in half because it's almost too large. This is a book. To make it more garden theme, I just glued one of these little wrapping paper cutouts that I do to go with this booklet. And so you can keep maybe records, whatever records you want there. And this was kind of funny, kind of vintagey, but funny. My dogs knocked over my coffee cup, and I thought I had cleaned everything, but there it is, a little bit of vintage look to this. When you get books, you have to use the other side. So this is what I did here. I thought it worked. Here's one of those envelopes, papers that you fold. And again, another tag. And you can just see it adds a little something to it. Again, the napkin has been cut in half just so it peaks. Same here. More napkin. So I guess the reason I'm showing is you don't have to use the whole napkin. You can cut them apart. This is the end of the third signature, beginning of the fourth. You can see the greeting cards, how beautiful the illustrations were. Again, another quote. All this I just kind of picked up. I never really know what's going to happen with my books, where they're going. This is where you could put a secret message there. And I was just sitting there, enjoying the company. Plants got a lot to say if you take the time to listen to them. And this is that envelope, but this time I put a little butterfly as kind of like a closure there. I love this napkin there. Very pretty. Just this is one of those. By the way, this came from a napkin, and this opens up, and it also, here's another one of those tags, leftover pieces. Side-loading pocket, or maybe it's not. I had to think about these trees right there. I love this just kind of peeking through. So you can see how I use the seed catalog, and I use stamping, book pages, what else some regular paper, notebook paper, drawing paper, and I tried to distress it with green ink. This is also a pocket right here. I haven't put a tag there. I guess I'll put one later. And sometimes leaving these pages alone. Sometimes it's just as well, as sometimes don't fuss over whether it will match. It's what happens with the overall effect. Another napkin there. And this is just such a beautiful rose. And the Martha Stewart punch. I made some note cards, and so it comes to an end. This is my Garden Gumoire. I don't know, I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly. And there's many interpretations of what you can put in here, so I left it kind of vague, from folklore, knowledge of plants, to just keeping a plant log. Anything is possible with this, but I think this is a very beautiful journal. I hope you use some napkin decoupage because it really adds a lot to your journals. Thank you for watching.